Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a quick dream snap in Disney Dreamlight Valley. With this week's challenge being a outfit challenge, I did want to show some tips and tricks for areas in the valley or any of your DLCs that are already pre-designed and furnished, how easy it is to actually make it work for a dream snap. This week's theme is a rancher's runaway, and the prompt states, you've just stepped into your dreamy ranch. Now it's time to look the part. Dress in your best rustic chic outfit to match the cozy country vibes. Obviously, the first thing we're going to do in a outfit dream snap challenge is pick out the outfit. Really, the best thing I can recommend to new players is try to get as many tags as you can while staying in the theme. Let me explain more what I mean by tags. In the top, you can see there is a section that shows requirements and bonuses. Those are what are called tags in your dream snap. The requirements obviously are what is required to even submit the dream snap, and in this case it's strong 1 and familiar 1. And then our bonus tags are going to be hats and rustic. Obviously, for the bonuses you can only have 1 hat on, but for the rest, strong, familiar, and rustic, you do want to try to get as many tags as possible. I don't know if it really does change how often your picture comes up for voting, but I do think that the tags do provide some benefit in the end for how well your dream snap does in voting. So really, for this prompt, I am going heavily into the farming aesthetic. This aesthetic to me does really encompass the straw hat, flannels, anything that seems to me like a stereotypical farmer is what I'm going for. After I've done all of my searching for an outfit and feel pretty confident in the outfit, I will take a photo just to check my tags. And in this case, I'm very happy with how my tags turned out. I have 10 strong, 10 familiar, 1 hat, and 7 rustic. While rustic could probably be a little bit higher, I do feel pretty content with my required tags being at 10 and 10 and at least rustic being at 7. That is generally where I do like to sit with my tags, if of course I can have more than 1. Now here's the previous build I have made, and this was not specific to this dream snap, but I do think it'll work very perfectly for this dream snap. It's obviously a farm aesthetic. I'm using Wally's Garden, and then the premium shop Al's Toy Barn, and I do have it flipped around so it's just the barn background. And that's pretty much all that I'm going to have furniture wise. I am going to add a few things, but I'm mostly just going to flourish it at the end with some added details. Now, I definitely think that Gameloft knows what they're doing here. Obviously, with the new expansion, Wish Blossom Ranch, a lot of people are going to be heavily focusing on the horses and that aesthetic, but there are a lot of other ways you can do this dream snap without really using much of the DLC furniture or outfits. Now, I am going to be using the horses as I am not unique enough to not use them, and plus I am super excited to have horses in the valley. One of my favorite parts about the horses is that they don't move. You can just position them where you want them to be and they'll just stand there. It is a really great addition, especially when doing dream snaps, that they don't move around. Now, it is a little bit of a bummer that they don't just walk around the valley, but for dream snaps, it is very beneficial that they don't walk around. So at this part, I am just adding my last little flourishes. I really do like to have my corners of the picture to have something, whether it's flowers, or in this case, I'm doing the hay and the flowers. It just provides a little visual interest so the front of your picture feels as full as the back of your picture. Lastly, I did have to, of course, pose with a goose. Did anyone think otherwise? I mean, goose is literally in my YouTube channel name, and it is such a cute pose. And again, works great for the farm aesthetic. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is fix our camera settings, and there's a few things that I always do. Of course, number one, you're gonna wanna fix the time of day. I do like to make it so there are no shadows directly on my face. And then the next thing I always do, unless I'm trying to get some sort of blur effect, is always change the aperture and focus to 1 or 2%, both of them at 1 or 2%. Of course, per picture, I'm going to change the contrast, the saturation differently depending on what I think looks best. The other mode that I always change is the light bloom. I do always have that at 1% because 1% does somehow take it from being a more blurred effect to crispy. And I do like that more than the blurred effect. And just like that, we finished our quick dream snap. I just wanted to do this dream snap today to show you guys that it doesn't have to be stressful, it doesn't have to be hard, and you can still end up with such a beautiful dream snap in the end. And I hope you guys found a little bit of inspiration and found a few tips that maybe you didn't know about while doing dream snaps. As always, if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.